The show, there are conversations around the alarming rate of insecurity in the country, and just last week, the two chambers of the National Assembly had equally indicated their readiness to amend some part of the Constitution to accommodate the creation of state police, especially now that we are battling with insecurity, which is beginning to scare almost every part of the country. So this moment on the show, we'll be looking at how the creation of state police would actually help the country in solving the problem of insecurity. And we'll be having that conversation with Chief Darlington Umoru, a global security analyst and a friend of the house. It's our pleasure to have you.
My pleasure too.
All right. I don't know, because daily, it's becoming a daily habit in Nigeria, whereby you, on your television set or open the pages of newspaper, it is always one insecurity problem after the other. And Mr. President, at different fora, had actually called on members of the National Assembly to do the needful and amend some part of the Constitution to accommodate the creation of state police. But then people are asking questions that will the creation of state police actually be the final solution to our problem of insecurity in this country? It's a question for you.
Oh, I thought you said people are asking the question. Well, my brother, in the first instance, I do not know why Nigerians, including the executive, are so much bothered about wanting to have a state police at this time of our democracy. Many of us have lent our support to this topic. Is it right? Are we ripe for a state police? Why does the executive want the state police? Is it for the reason of protecting the masses, or for some other reasons they want to use these persons for? We have a police arrangement that has been in existence, and even senior to security, military, all other intelligence agencies and the military architecture. What have we achieved having that police system in us over time? The police has since been limited to running local affairs, not the external or international affairs. And since then, what have we achieved? What has been the role of the government in terms of these persons they call the police? How much are they being paid? How many of them do we have as police? Do we confine our constitution or the government of Nigeria to what the UN had prescribed concerning police? The answer is no. How many policemen are supposed to protect how many persons? Have we been able to achieve that? Has the police in Nigeria been equipped enough to battle not insecurity, but banditry? Well, part of insecurity, you want to call it. They are limited to banditry, but how many of us are aware? The average policeman out there buys his uniform, buys his boots, buys every other regalia he tends to don on. You find a policeman out there that is not properly dressed. You want to criticize him, but have you asked yourself whether that uniform he's donning was gotten from the mega salary that the government has paid him to put his chest to receive bullets on your behalf? That is the police system we have in place right now. And that has been extended somewhat to the military. Buying of regalia. How much are they being paid? Kudos to some extent to this administration for increasing the what you call the take-home pay, but does it really take these military men home?
Right.
We go to the same market, you have the same politicians, you have them, you have those of us who are not politicians. We buy from the same mama put, we buy from the same woman who sell raw rice, raw beans, pepper, tomato, meat, and all of that. But yet, some persons are earning fat, while some who place their chest to receive bullets just for you to be able to sleep at night are meagerly paid.
Right.
So to me, if you ask the question again 1,000,000 times, I will re-ask you these questions until we are able to address those problems, confronting those the Constitution has provided for. And is the government also providing for them? Until we are able to achieve that, then we can begin to say, okay, we have taken care of these ones, good enough. I think we need some others. Now, if you need some others, is it enough emulating what takes place in some other countries? Or is it enough allowing you to be shot by insecurity?
We might as well just leave this conversation here this morning because, again, from what you've identified here, until we're able to answer certain questions you've raised here, for you, the creation of state police probably might not be the answer to the current security challenges. But for the sake of this topic this morning, and because of the insecurity issues that we're currently facing in Nigeria, which government has also linked to the need for the creation of state police, we will continue with this conversation. And so this is my question to you now. From all that you've raised now, especially based on the facts that the current police architecture needs to be reviewed before we begin to think whether or not we want to domesticate it or we want to create state police in this. But part of what the government is also looking at is to localize issues of insecurity. And so if you look at the current, perhaps maybe vigilante groups, the Amotekun, the LNNC in Lagos, a couple of other, I think we talked about Ugochi somewhere in Anambra this morning. So if you look at those current security, local security architecture, and the conversation around the creation of state police, is there a possibility that we could marry these current security architecture at the state level and bring them to par or make them be on the same pedestal with, the police architecture and perhaps adopt that as the state policing system?
Those who are agitating for this state police arrangement, localizing, in your own words now, the first question you ask yourself is, what is the constitutional role of the police? And you bring in terrorism side by side. Do they meet?
I guess not.
If that is the reason, because insecurity has increased, or is continuing to increase.
Or it's taking another dimension.
You soon tell me you are the one that is meant to ask questions. Otherwise, I would have asked you a question now.
No, I just helped you to understand that.
Okay. Now, please, Nigerians should be serious. We should be serious. Insecurity the country is passing through right now, is it to be left in the hands of the police? Is it to be managed by the police? Now, if you are able to answer that, then you have an answer to all of it. Insecurity, terrorism is not the duty of the police.
Okay.
If you say the military is to protect our international borders, and then the military is supposed to take on these persons, terrorists, bandits. Of course, don't forget that the laws of the country, as declared by a court, has said that these bandits should now be considered as terrorists, particularly when we were to buy the Tucanos some time ago, when America said that
The
when
own
America
self,
gave Nigeria
the condition for
where
selling.
conditionalities, where, when, and how to deploy the Tucanos, to whom, and all of that. The Nigerian police, we should get it straight. Everybody, most people have joined the bandwagonism to say, yes, we need the state police. We need, okay, this state police, would they go to Sambisa?
Sorry.
This state police, hang on, man.
They are
No, I
not
would
trained
just-
to fight war.
No, I was just going to even say that so that you can articulate all of this together. Yes, Jibala said they're not trained to fight war, but is it also possible that they are also able to man, you know, those things that they shouldn't, that they were bedeviling, belaboring the army of doing at the moment, and then maybe we can allow the army to face insurgency solely and allow the police to do more.
Such as
Intelligence gathering, such as...
What is the duty of the DSS? The DSS, what is their responsibility? If it's about intelligence gathering, what does the DSS do?
Is that the sole responsibility of the DSS?
That is the responsibility of the DSS.
Gathering intelligence.
Yes.
And then, okay, working with other security agencies with those intelligence gathering.
When Mr. President took over, when Mr. President was voted to take over this administration from his predecessor, he talked to us about what he called the clearinghouse. At the clearinghouse, they all sit and say, this is the problem, this is where it is, move it, okay, they begin from who is supposed to share intelligence. This is the intelligence we have. Okay, they move it from the table of the man who has brought in the intelligence, intel report, to the table of the next man who is supposed to manage or run with that intelligence. Now, it moves on. I don't want to drag us because we have very limited time. If you remember the case of when somebody was to come from North Africa to hit Abuja, using the case of the clearinghouse, intelligence report was produced, and then it was given to another body and said, okay, if this man, as a foreigner, with several passports, international passports, with this vehicle and number plate, will be coming in across these countries, and eventually will cross into Nigeria. Then they looked at the possible places, and then they gave it to a particular service. They say, okay, identify this man when he gets to the border, or these persons when they get to the border, and then hand over to these other persons to say, okay, this man is here now, report. And then those ones take over. Right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, that matter was butchered. And then the press got to know about it. And then the thing was blown open. And then that helped to end that movement. And then the thing was extended to some other states. The airports now, to say, peradventure, he has changed what he needed, the way the initial arrangement was. Let's monitor these areas. But my concern, ma, please, I need to be educated. Or I need to sit like I am seated now. And we do a debate on what is the responsibility of the police in Nigeria.
To maintain law and order.
To maintain law and order. Now, at this time, you have the police. They are not properly being taken care of. Now, you need more police. Are you recruiting to enforce the number in the police you have now to help make them achieve what you want them to achieve? Now, you want state police. Differentiate in Nigeria as of today. The difference that would be between a state and a federal police. Now, these things exist in some other countries. But there are reasons why they exist. Now, the roles are divided. You handle this area, you handle this area. Now, if you talk about localizing security arrangement in Nigeria, and that is why we need these people, please, I am one man who needs to be properly educated to understand why the matter has gone from federal government bill to the National Assembly, and the National Assembly is pushing it. What is the reason? Insecurity, ba?
Yes.
Terrorism. Eh? The question is, are these same persons the ones that will now face these terrorists and the bandits? Yeah. This is the question. If these questions are answered properly, I think my thinking will change.
Okay, maybe members of the National Assembly are not thinking the way you are thinking because they are not experts when it comes to the sector of security. So look at what happened in Orire local government, assuming that there's a police station sited within that community. Would that have prevented what happened?
No. Military bases have not prevented what happened in certain places when it came to the action of the terrorists. They have rather become targets. Please visit history and look at what has happened over time. I think the Punch is reporting whether this morning or when, talking about what had happened in 1 week. Right? Yeah. Now, if there's a police station sited there, compare this question you just asked me now with what we have experienced over time. We're not even talking about police stations now. We're talking about the military. Bases sited in certain places to ward off insecurity. And then we're hearing stories. These same men are men who will leave your country and go out to other countries.
And perform well.
They will come back with medals. Wow. They will be decorated with medals. These same men, bases will be opened for them. Generals are slaughtered. We are here talking about police. Police. Why not increase the men in the Nigerian military? Why not increase them? Why not give them enough? You are using AK-47 that was manufactured in 1947. Up until this time, are the bandits carrying the same thing? Who is buying them those weapons? I feel like walking out of this studio.
Mr. Darlington, before you walk out of the studio, I'm sure we would have finished this conversation before you do that anyway. But let's come back
because
to
you're my sister, you have a way of holding me.
Let's come back to the National Assembly, because earlier on you did say that you wish that you could be told why.
I don't want to be agitated. I don't want to feel agitated this morning.
I don't know why you always get agitated. Chief, just hold on and calm down. Let's go back to the National Assembly, and part of what they're also want to do is to also take away the control of the police from the concurrent list.
Get jobs for some people.
Hi, Chief, hold on, please. Just hold on. Okay. I mean, we would always create jobs anyhow. I'm coming back to why the establishment of state police, of course, according to the National Assembly, is also a necessity. And they're saying that, of course, they're looking at decentralization. At the moment, it is, of course, on the exclusive list of the federal government. But according to them, if they are able to get the bill passed, and then all other states, houses of assembly can also get this done, it is decentralized, and then states can have the full authority to control this state police. We will come back to this issue of you talking about why not employ more military or more men for the Nigerian military. But let's look at it this way. If we can also look at how the states can also, if every state can also police their own territory according to their rules and regulations, isn't that also able to give the Nigerian army less work to do? I'm asking in my own lay term as a journalist. Of course, I'm expecting you to help me answer this as a security expert that you are, without getting agitated.
Madam, please. If we need to enable Nigerians find the truth, we should look at this matter not just holistically. We should break them down to the extent that even the layman watching this program now would be able to pick and say, this is it. What is the constitutional role of the Nigerian police?
But Jibola answered earlier to maintain law and order.
Now, the Nigerian police is not the only service
In the country.
in the country.
Absolutely.
Now, you have also granted some other services different roles they are supposed to play. Abi? Uh-huh. And you also have the military in all of this, whether the National Assembly, whether the State Assembly. We're talking about people who would handle security at the local level, whether local government or state, not at the federal level. The question is, when they come, the fear of so many Nigerians wanting to use them to do different or achieve certain other things outside this responsibility, they will no longer be, that control will no longer come from the center. It will not come from the state. Like the commissioners in states now are not answerable
To the IGP.
They are answerable to
the IGP, but they are not answerable to
They are
the
not
state
answerable to
governors.
the governors.
Yes.
Now, when you bring in the state police, they will be answerable to
To the
the
governors.
governors.
Right.
Would there be a quagmire? At the point where the federal police, what will not be the responsibility of the federal police in Nigeria?
Okay.
Let's limit it. Let's bring it down. You now have state police that are answerable to the governor, that are managing local security.
Right.
You also bring in federal police to the same states to do what?
So won't there be a confusion? That's what you're saying. Of course, if
Log
the federal,
ahead, I'm saying.
Right. If the
You
federal
are
police,
softening the thing. Your choice of words.
I have to manage my own choice of words.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Chief Darlington, there's a particular section of the bill, and I'm going to read it out now. Nigerians understand that if the 36 new police forces are recruited, trained, and controlled by the same political class in the same culture of impunity, the result will be more abuse, not more safety. And according to the bill in the House, it empowers governors to issue lawful directives to state commissioners of police on matters relating to public safety and maintenance of law and order with federal arbitration. So people have expressed fears at different fora that if these state policing system is absorbed into our constitution, there is every tendency that governors will abuse the creation of state police. And that can be likened to what I read as part of the bill being drafted by the House of Reps.
Because we're in the studio, I should have been clapping for you for reading what you read, because you just buttress what I have been saying, all I've been saying. Number one, let's face it now. Number one, elections are by the corner. Elections are by the corner. There's no election you will hold that does not have the state police participating. You can hold elections and not have a Motekum. You can hold elections and not have a Bubeagu.
Right.
You can hold elections and not have vigilante bodies. You cannot hold elections without police.
Yes, yeah.
I rest my case.
Okay. See, hi, Chief. Let's then look at, of course, I know you've mentioned
I'm making
this.
you feel uncomfortable.
It's fine. It's all right. I mean, that's why it's a conversation. We all do not have to agree. We don't have to be on the same point. The most important thing is for Nigerians to see, through this conversation. Now, let's go back to those things that you raised earlier, that you would rather the government at all levels now look at issues around proper welfare, look at funding, capacity building for the Nigerian police force as well as other military outfits in Nigeria. So I'd like for you to please, expatiate on that rather than, continue to look at whether or not the country needs the creation of state police, which I know is going on anyway. For you, what would you like for government to concentrate on at the moment at ensuring that issues around insecurity, all facets of insecurity, are nipped in the bud?
Number one, welfare. Increase their salaries. We saw footballers went to Morocco. They won the trophy. They came back, and the president hosted them. Did not only give them medals, but gave them money. And these same military persons and these same security persons are watching in tears. For people who went to Jolly, if they lose, nothing will spoil. They won. You encourage them. You give them a big tap on the back. But some persons are in the forest.
Fighting for the nation.
Day and night. In the rain, in the sun. You have not given them allowances. You have not increased their allowances. They watch. They are in the same country. They are same Nigerians. They are not foreigners brought in here. And they are happy. They are carrying a rifle, AK-47, AK-49, and maybe AKM. How many of them are carrying MPGs? Now, these same persons, they have families back home. They have wives. They have children. They are in school. The children are in school. Perhaps some of them are married to women who are also in school. What have you provided for these persons to make you and I, talking here now with the privilege we have, to say, yes, that man is my brother. I beat my chest. He's in this intelligence, one of the intelligence agency or the military, because you said, let's put it across.
Right.
Nothing. When Mr. President first came, he talked to us about welfare. That the welfare of these persons were going to increase and taken care of. Some of these persons, imagine if you're not in this studio. Security, he mentioned using the kinetic and the non-kinetic approaches. Yes, in every war, you need to use both of them. In every war. America cannot even tell you they don't do that. Some persons will come back to tell me that at the end of the day, it's not in America, it's outside America. Sergeant Bo was taken by the terrorist. And when America wanted Sergeant Bo released, they had to send the King of Qatar to negotiate on their behalf. And the demands of those groups was that five, not one, for the head of one man. This is America. One man, Sergeant Bo. They demanded for 5 deadly terrorists in Gautama Bay.
Yeah, a swap.
To be swapped. If you give them back those 5 men, they give you back one military man, a sergeant then. And it happened. We all saw it. Non-kinetic approach.
Okay.
They didn't pay money, but those 5 men were released.
Right.
And then that one man
was brought back.
And was not taken into America immediately. Was taken into another country to be profiled.
Right, so we would leave this conversation here this morning. Thank you so much, High Chief Darlington Umoru, Global Security Analyst, for finding time to be with us on the program this morning. I hope we're leaving you back in your calm mood.
Yeah, I think so, but sometimes you tend to stir some of these things out of me. I know it's a deliberate action, 2 of you. I'm not very comfortable sitting in your midst. I like going to that other
because end. They are both women.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. They have a way, they know how to handle me.
Yes, okay, all right.
But you sometimes I turn the heat on you as well.
It's
and I
okay.
see you sweating inside
And that's
here.
fine. We sweat together just to deliver.
No, that's all right.
Thank you, High Chief. All right, that's the much we take on the conversation this morning on the side of the table. We do hope that the IGP, Tunji Disu, is also, we'll be able to take away some things from this conversation this morning, especially on the issues of police officers buying their uniforms by themselves. They are state workers. They deserve to be treated in a better manner. Thank you for watching the side of the table. We'll take a quick break. When we return, Adebimpe and Joy will be here with their Lagos conversation.
The views expressed on this program do not represent that of the producer, management of Lagos Television, or the Lagos State Government. They remain the perspectives of those expressing them. Thank you for staying with Lagos Television.